I shall be playing every Super Nintendo first-person shooter that I can find. Because a certain passion of mine is finding games that really should not be playing on what they are playing on. And a very good gauge for that is first-person shooters on systems that were really, really not designed for first-person shooters. The first game, that's a spooky cybernetic head, is Faceball 2000 from September 1992. People may know this game as MIDI Maze because on computers it used the MIDI cables to actually create a deathmatch, like communication, what we would use as LAN now. They used MIDI cables. And it apparently works. This was ported to quite a few systems, including the fucking Game Boy and the Game Gear, and, right in front of us, the Super Nintendo. Didn't this game cause seizures? Probably. Alright, how do I fire? Ah! A. It's A. It's A. Have a nice day. Alright. Oh, what is happening? Yeah. The frame rate is death. This does not run particularly well. Oh, I forgot I could strafe! Can I? Let's see. No, you can't strafe. You can only fine-tune your aim. Shoot me. Shoot me. Same. Why does this music sound randomly generated? Listen to this music. Doesn't it sound random? I swear to Christ, this is like really bad keygen. I mean, it's hurting my eyes at this point. Shoot me, and then just shoot me till I can get my baseball faction. Vancouver. Is this what pleases you, Canada? Forgive me, I actually have to minimize this. My eyes are starting to hurt from the really close-up frames. How do you think I feel? I'm playing it! You know, I think we've shown enough of this one. We may just move on from this point. We've only been on it for 10 minutes, and Jesus Christ, my eyeballs burn. I can see why people would like this at the time. Especially because, you know, it was the only first-person shooter on this system at that time. And I do believe that it did have a deathmatch mode. But, unfortunately, it's just... it hasn't aged well. It causes problems. The 26th of February 1993, I actually have the full date for this one, Mech Warrior. Now, I'm not sure whether you could actually consider this a first-person shooter. It's more of a mech game. I choose food, please. Oh, that jazz! Andrew Redburn with the Silver Sunburst for his actions in the Kittery. Working with cats. Kittery ambush. No, not the cats! Not the kittens. I have absolutely no idea what I am doing. Get in the fucking robot, Teddy. I would if I knew how to. Did you see the Death Star on that one computer screen, that one room? I'll probably check it out later. Right, let's see. So you can turn. B is fire fucking everything. Look at the little legs in the bottom. Boink, boink, boink. Oh, I see it, yeah. Or is it a Pokeball? Alright, so evidently this game is mostly about playing through, getting some credits as a international cop. Interplanetary cop, more like. And upgrading your mech. It's almost like you're almost a bounty hunter. Yeah, this one is way better than MIDI Maze. But again, debatable whether it can actually be classed as a first-person shooter. The next one is Jurassic Park. Excuse me? What is this? Where's this arrow? Am I hacking? It's okay, I'm a hacker. Alright, so you may think, well, this doesn't look a lot like a first-person shooter. And that's because for the most part it isn't. But there's a very easy way to get it to being a first-person shooter. Anyway, so the outdoor sections are this weird top-down thing where you pick up stuff off the ground. Alright, now, here is the painful section. Here's the first-person shooter bit. And, oh god. Alright, when I say now, I'm going to press right. Now. Do you see that delay? Wait, is this the terrifying one? Only terrifying in how badly this controls. What's this? I like his turned head. You just go into that corner and think about what you've done. This is probably the worst controlling thing on the system. Here's the elevator. Get in there, Grant! I like the tense music and then suddenly there's this elevator shine. I have found balls. No. 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 The next one's a... Oh, actually, I didn't say when Jurassic Park came out. November 93. In March 1994, the classic Wolfenstein 3D came out, but not as everybody really wanted it. It is time to shoot Nazis. Now, as you can see from there's been a bit of changes. Adolf Hitler has been changed to Staatsmeister, which means State Master. And the Master Stay is now what was Nazi Germany. And you may notice a few changes graphically. Oh, and strafe! There's a strafe! Oh god, this is good. They've also removed all blood and other Nazi references from the game. Now, as you can probably see, the graphics are a little downgraded. But that does mean it actually runs quite smoothly. Also, all the dogs have been changed to rats. Giant rats that sound like a squeaky toy when they die. Is this when Mac had games? This is when Mac had better games. Yeah, I've got to say, even with all the censorship, this is still probably more violent than any other SNES game at the time. Why does this room look like a penis? I love bootleg Roosevelt. This entire game is like bootleg something from World War II. May 1994, and this one is Spectre. What? I'm gonna go with balance. I suppose. Because... yeah? Is this... This is Battle Zone. A is shoot. It's very smooth.
Tank destroyed.
Tank destroyed. Why am I at level 10? I teleport? What is this game? Okay, this seems like an arena vehicle game. Okay. So, why was this popping up on all of the Google searches if MechWarrior wasn't? Alright, so let's move on to a rather infamous game. Now, I couldn't actually find the month this was released, but I believe it was released after Spectre, simply because of its situation. This game is Super Noah's Ark 3D. So this game was basically a pirate version of Wolfenstein 3D, released unofficially by the company Wisdom Tree. Now, how Wisdom Tree did this was its software was a little salty over the censorship of. It gave the engine to Wisdom Tree so that Wisdom Tree could basically make this just to spite Nintendo for all the censorship. Now, you'll notice that you do not have a gun in this, and you do not have shot. You have feed. You put goats to sleep. What was that? Okay, well, being run on the Wolfenstein engine, literally just a reskin, this game does not play bad. This, compared to other games on the system, this actually runs very well. This is a good game, in terms of performance at least. In terms of level design, I would say otherwise. Yeah, my dislike for this game grows with each passing moment. I found a secret in Super Noah's Ark 3D. I feel so accomplished. Would any of you be surprised if I said that I've actually had a fight with a goat before? Welcome to rural England. The face when bananas didn't exist in the Middle East at the alleged time of Noah. Do you think Super Noah's Ark 3D is going to be historically accurate even to the Bible? There's no good hit detection. Can't really tell if you're hitting anything until they die. With Wolfenstein, the characters would react. They'd like flinch a bit if you shot them, but here it's a bit more guess. And if they are flinching, well, that's not a very big flinch. Do I get super crossbow? What is this? What the hell is that thing? Good fucking question. Good question. Eat feed. Oh, the frame rate is tanking. What, is there too much goat on screen? Yes. Excuse me? What? What is that shit? We got a map. This is what a level looks like. This is a level. I will say that's enough for now. Dumb. Released in September 1995. Get your headbangs going! I can only do headbanging from side to side in this game, but we'll pretend it's like windmilling. Right, this controls very strangely, but the strafing is actually pretty good. There's an ever so slight delay on everything, like, I'm gonna move this thing now. Yeah, there's also some weird artifacting around the gun, but that would not have shown up on a CF. In fact, you know what? Right, let's stick on this, like, TV filter thing. There you go. Look, everything, like, blends a little better into each other. What? Excuse me, which? Oh, Jesus. Why is X fire? Or is that Y? Why is Y fire? But, you know, For the Super Nintendo? Holy shit, look at this! Look at it! It's Doom. And it's running on a 16-bit console. This is amazing. The fact that they got this thing to run at all. This was even before the Nintendo 64 release. The 64 released a year later. Now you may notice some differences in these levels and other ones. Most console ports of Doom were based on the Atari Jaguar version, which was the only port actually developed by id. I'm not sure if these levels were based on that, but if they were, it would not surprise me. Bit of delay there. Yeah, you can find a lot of problems with this game, like a lot. Especially considering there's about 3,000 other ways to play Doom. Particularly GZ Doom kind of removes the point of this existing. Except for the insane fact that it exists. This game isn't 3D. None of the games we played were 3D. Maybe Spectre. Maybe. But as it is, this is basically a 2D game pretending to be 3D. So what it's doing is it's raycasting, which is basically a map button. Yes, okay. This is legitimately what the game sees. Well, it's technically not raycasting, actually. It's what's called binary space partitioning, which is kind of like an upgraded form of raycasting. But in short, it's a 2D level that scans around. It scans your field of view and then draws the world around you to resemble a 3D space. Unfortunately, this game is running in such a low resolution that it's pretty hard to see anything in a long distance. I believe it's running in the PC mode had a low detail mode for slower PCs. I believe this is basically running in that, where it kind of like renders 2 pixels for every 1 pixel on the other one. So yeah, that's all of the first-person shooters on the Super Nintendo. I wish there were more. I want this to go on longer, but unfortunately there aren't. But I mentioned I'm planning on doing the Game Boy Advance ones, but I've also got other lists that I have pulled together over some research. This includes, but is not limited to, the Nintendo DS, 18 games. PlayStation Portable with 13, the Nintendo 64 with 17, the Wii with 22, the Saturn, the Dreamcast, the Mega Drive, the Jaguar, the Amiga, and the PS1. I have lists for all of these. I have plans to do all of them eventually. So if you do want to see these, then I suggest you follow me and tell your friends, because I am going to do all of those and probably more, because I love this shit. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.